Kan du PVP typ? Med PVP?
Smoke a little kick it like it's judo. Let you hit the OG, since I'm 42 though. And when we get in mode, I'ma dog it like I'm Cujo. Heard they tryna steal it away, cut it out, cut it out. Spicy mommy's on the way, bust it down, bust it down. So I'm like, she left away, I cut it out. Hey, down, throwing it on the jet. We shut up now. It was in myself, and I had to rip it. They killed it. Left them out in Philly, we was young and get. Man, we used to run the city, we was rocking all them shows, fucking all them hoes.
From the top.
It really hurt me when they killed Shotty. I was locked in my cell when I had to read about it. And when they killed Diddy, left all them shows. I'm Philly, we was young and getting money, man. We used to run the city, we was rocking all them shows, fucking all them hoes. And when they killed Ballerini, had to see them froze on that ground downtown. I can hear sounds now. When she walked up to that casket, seen her son, it fell down. I dropped tears for my niggas that ain't here. And still think about you, even though that it been years. Cause half the niggas that I grew up with is all dead. All this pain and all the stressing out your half a bald head. Cause when my aunt Rhonda died, she looked tight in his eye. Saw Jeff coming when she seen it, she just cried. That's probably part of the reason we drink it.
Detroit, the Motor City. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings.
Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, and got his man complete. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
A first down throw for Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. That catch good for only a couple.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Third down.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
It's a
third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. And that was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
From the gun, here's Cousins to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now 2nd and 5. Snap will come from the 6. Throwing, Cousins, and it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Yards to go.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Give to Cook out of the gun. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Bailey's kick is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
At their own 25-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Stafford now to throw. The left side completion to Jones. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
Stafford on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right, and that will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
On 4th down, the Lions trot out their new punter for 2020, Jack Fox, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, and they'll be aided by a loss of yardage on the return. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Cousins now from the 50, eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cousins. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like you're...
We're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 44.
At their own 44-yard line.
Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
This one out quickly to Amendola. 20! Touchdown, Detroit! Danny Amendola, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Lions have taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They run again on 1st down, Cook. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And that's a great defender. Everson Griffin making a great defensive play there for a loss. 13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Cousins. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 35. A good pickup there, a 22.
Vikings 1st down.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And this is incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And now it's 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead. Bailey got the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Lions take over 1st and 10.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He'll get just a yard on the scramble in 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Here's 2nd and 9. Stafford throwing quickly, complete out wide. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on third and medium to pick up the first. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Now the rookie second rounder from Georgia, DeAndre Swift. So that one will get him halfway to the first down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7 our score.
3rd and 7.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Got a man, it's Amendola. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down.
10 at the 15-yard line.
Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he stopped immediately there. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. His throw caught at about the 5. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
Goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run with Peterson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. They try again with Peterson. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On the sneak, it's Stafford. And he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Matthew Stafford taking it in. And the Lions are once again going to retake the lead. And this one through the uprights and good.
14, Vikings 10. Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Fielded near the back of the end end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Cousins. That'll be complete to Cook. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Down Vikings.
From the red zone now, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. 7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up
from the 6 now on 2nd and 3. They'll throw again. Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
AP still got it. He's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side these last few drives. It has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. On 2nd down, Swift. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
On 3rd down, Stafford. Well, he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Picked by the rookie, Jeff Okudah. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December, right? It is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Harrison Smith.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Play action. Stafford. The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and tell me once, you know, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And it's pretty evident when you watch how Minnesota plays, just how important Dalvin Cook is to their offense. A 1,000-yard rusher a year before, the first one the Vikings had since Adrian Peterson was dominating their carries. And having Cook in the lineup for the bulk of the season, that made Minnesota exactly what their head coach Mike Zimmer wanted them to be. A much more physical team.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Romeo Okwara able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Another try after the 1st down sack. Cousins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by the rookie, Jeff Okudah. He's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now, after that one, he standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think it might be time to move to a different section of the playbook there, because back-to-back runs, both for loss. Now they have 3rd and long coming up.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Throwing is Stafford. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down. One quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. And we'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
For the field goal, a 49-yard attempt.
And this one is right down the middle. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, push their backs clearly against the wall.
Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one, because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
2 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 11 yards there. 1st down.
A gain of 11 on the play. 1st down, Minnesota.
Off the play fake, Cousins. That's taken in, it's B.C. Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the 10-yard line.
Back to throw, Stafford. It's caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. A 10th carry now for Peterson. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal. Well, if this defense can hold them to a field goal here, what a win that would be.
Not just a win on the possession, but psychologically take over the ball game. But this started with 1st and goal, so they were in 4-down territory right from the beginning. I say you finish it off and go for the touchdown.
They snap it to Stafford. And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. Danny Amendola, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
The score, Lions 27, Vikings 10. Matt Prater to kick off.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Coleman. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fight through 1 tackle. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Vikings.
Complete to
Justin Jefferson with touchdown number 15 of the year and second of the game. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. And the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Makes the score Lions 27, Vikings 17.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a camera on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. He's got the first down and more inside the 40.
There it is.
And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. It seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Play fake. Cousins. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
On second down, Cousins again. Flush to his right. Incomplete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. Still going. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Jeff Okudah up from his cornerback spot to make the play. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. And Bailey missed it. It's no good. Wide to the left. And this score will stay.